Hi, my name is Greg and I'd like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. Today is the day of first. It's the first day I am recording and uploading a video for YouTube. And also this is the first time I am casting using the Hirst Arts molds. I've decided to start with the Descent board project, where I'm going to reproduce the Descent playing board from Fantasy Flight Games in the Hirst Arts molds. In front of me you're looking at mold 281, and this is the Cavern floor mold. And this mold here will be able to reproduce our Cavern floor. We're going to mount everything on corkboard, and so I'll be able to reproduce the tiles that are in the board game by using this mold here. This mold is mold 282, and this is the Cavern floor accessories mold. You have a chest, you have a coin pile, you have a door, so we can make the doors on there, and this will also finish rounding out the pieces that we would put onto the Descent board for the game. And then over here, this is mold 85, which is the Cavern accessory mold. And this has more gold piles, more chests. It's got barrel halves in here. Oh, this is a crate. The actual chest is over here. And so we're going to try casting these three molds today. I'm going to mix everything up, and you'll see it from start to finish. And if you like what you see, stick around, because I'm going to try and record from start to finish at the beginning of this project to the end of this project to see how you can watch me, somebody who's never casted with Hirst Arts, and the journey it takes to get from start to the end of a project. I'm not sure how long this is going to take, but if I keep the videos up and if you guys like the videos, that'll help motivate me along to get this done. Okay, so for my setup, right now I have everything laid out on the table that I think I'm going to need. I have the Hirst Arts site up on my computer, and I'm going to follow the dental stone casting procedures. And what I've done, in addition to buying the molds, I bought a 25-pound box of Merlins Magic, and I bought it in white. I also have a pan of water, and this water does contain jet dry finish. I put a few drops in there, and I initially soaked my molds in this wet water method that he talks about. I've got paper towels, because we know we're going to need paper towels. I have a measuring cup to measure out the water I'm going to need. I have a cup of clean water. And I also, I know they recommend using a pound board, but a while ago, because I've kind of started and stopped wanting to do this project for the last year, so I started assembling things I thought I was going to need to do this project. And I know they make a pound board that you can make your own pound board out of sponges, duct tape, and an MDF board. And there's instructions on there for that. But I don't know. If I'm going to do it, I'd like to do it right. And I think this method here with this vibration table, it's not too expensive. And if you're going to be casting a lot of stuff, I think going beyond the sponge and MDF board may help. I don't know. I may be wrong, because like I said, I haven't used any of this stuff with Hirst Arts before. I have cast some resin molding stuff in the past. I have made some molds for resin casting, so it's not my first time casting altogether, but it is my first time casting with dental stone and using the Hirst Arts molds. I also have a scale, because I'm going to use the weight method for measuring out the dental plaster. And on the Hirst Arts site, it has how many fluid ounces of water to how much gram weight of product you're going to need. And what's nice with this scale, if you get any food scale, just make sure that it has the tare weight option. And I'm assuming my batteries are dead because I didn't check that ahead of time. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to replace my batteries. I'm going to come back and we'll keep talking. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Here's a pro tip for you. Make sure your batteries work before you start recording. All right, so I've got a battery in my scale. Like I said, you may want to get one that has a tare weight on it, because this way, when you turn on the scale with an item like this cup, which is what I'm going to measure the gram weight of my dental plaster out in, if you turn the scale on, it'll zero the scale. So now if I remove this cup, you can tell that this cup weighs a ½ ounce on there. So if I put the scale back on, it's at 0. So as I'm taking my readings, the only thing it's going to be weighing is the actual powder that's inside this cup. So, all right. The other thing with the dental scale, with the vibration table, I did price out a bunch of tables that had like, you know, a 12-inch or 13-inch flat part on the top that, you know, you could rest your molds on, you know, and they were anywhere from 160 to 200 plus, which was, I thought, a little bit high for what I wanted to do. So I don't know where I saw it, but some forum somewhere, somebody had a similar setup to what I'm doing here. And basically what I've done is just gotten a couple lunch trays, and if you look, I've got my molds sitting on them right now. And these lunch trays, oh God, I think they were 25 cents a piece. I bought them at some garage sale. And what I've done is I've gotten a 4-inch toilet flange, and I've super glued it to the bottom of the table. So there's two reasons I did this. One is I put that flange on there because that 4-inch flange sits right there and holds your table with your molds on it. So when you pour on the mold, or when you're getting ready to pour, I can turn this on. It keeps the table. It shakes the mold to try to get any of the air bubbles out. And as a bonus benefit, all your mess is contained onto that lunch tray. So when I scrape the mold, it's going to be on that tray. I can take the mold off, set it aside, put 1 or 2 more molds. I can put molds side by side onto another lunch table, lunch tray. Put it up on the vibration stand, and you know, just set it aside. So that helped contain the mess on there, because from some of the videos I've watched, this can get pretty messy. So at least with these cafeteria style trays, I can contain a bunch of the mess. The cost, I paid on eBay $35 for the 4-inch vibration stand, 25 cents, you know, so I have $1 invested in lunch trays, and then the 4-inch ring on the bottom. I get those Home Depot, Lowe's. They're wherever you see the PVC piping in the plumbing section. You'll find them there. They were $2.75 a piece. So, you know, for less than $50, I've replicated what they've done with the big vibration table, but I've also had the added benefit I can contain my mess, and I save myself $150, which I can put into molds, because about 5 of these molds will end up running you close to $150 when it's all said and done. And you do get a discount at the 5 mold mark, and it's all on the website under how to order, and it'll be all laid out there. So that's it. So I'm going to pull up the instructions. I'm going to measure out some water and measure out my dental stone, and we'll mix it up and go from there. Right back in a minute.